podcast.
Your mic, yeah,
Is it fine now?
yeah, it's good.
Okay. Yeah. This is the Uncensored podcast, episode 2. We did the first one like about, was it 3 weeks ago or something? The last time we spoke.
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago. Yeah,
And yes, I'm with my co-host here, Mr. Niang. Yes, great to have you again, man.
yeah. Pleasure to be here, man.
Yeah, man. Obviously, I wanted to talk to you about the World Cup African qualifier.
Yeah,
With everything that's been happening, because obviously, besides the results and everything,
mm.
there's a graying issue that people are actually they've raised up again. It's about the corruption in the African game,
Yeah,
and seeing with the looking at the dubious decisions that the referees were giving,
yeah,
especially with the game with Ghana and South Africa, man. You
yeah.
know,
I've been reading that story with the Senegalese referee.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then there's also the issue with um the issue with the referee that was like when we were playing you guys have actually wanted like you also wanted in a search, like sort of like an investigation to be done on the referee
yeah,
that was refereeing the game between South Africa and Senegal as well.
yeah,
So, man,
yeah.
what do you think about that kind of situation?
Yeah, they've been two episodes. There've been one episode that happened with Senegal and South Africa in the World Cup. I think if it's 2000, I'm not mistaken, 2014.
Yeah,
And the Senegal scored. South Africa got a goal, a penalty that was not a penalty,
yeah,
and people were making noise about it. And then the referee was suspended because there was some corruption going on.
true, true.
So they've been.
Ish.
I think the same situation has been happening. I don't know if it's if the Senegalese referee was corrupt, but there've been speculation talking about the penalty awarded to Ghana that it wasn't the right call.
Yeah,
But all of it, I think, come down to CAF, because they are the one appointing the referees, and they
mm,
have a big job to do about that. South Africa has sent a request to 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 replay the game or something like that.
yeah,
I don't know how far they are into that though, but I still believe things should be done. When the referee decisions are unfair, I
yeah,
think the game should be retaken, replayed, and stuff should be done, because that's not how football should be. Nobody agrees
true.
on stuff like that in football, because it's unfair on the teams that are at least for South Africa, that's been leading that group for a while.
Yeah,
I think it's unfair for them to just go out in a decision like that.
yeah, man. Ish. That's very tough. But I wonder why are they taking so long to implement the VAR system?
No, but
I know it has problems, but
you must know the VAR situation is not a cheap situation. Also, you must
yeah,
understand. One thing you must understand is Africa doesn't CAF doesn't have so much money as the other countries have.
yeah, basically as the
Yeah,
other
and
organizations.
yeah,
Yeah,
and VAR is an extra finance that needs to be done.
mm,
That needs to be done in the continent. So
yeah,
I'm not sure how it is with CAF and the financial status, but I don't think it should be a problem to get VAR here. But obviously,
okay.
viewing what happened to South Africa, VAR should definitely
Mm.
be involved now.
Yeah, no, no, because now I see, this has forced us to go into uh basically like we're gonna go into these what do they call these playoffs? Sort of.
Playoffs,
You
yeah,
understand?
yeah.
Yeah, going into playoffs. But first, the teams that finish first, right? Like they automatically qualify. Is that so?
No, they don't
They
qualify
also go
automatically.
through playoffs as well.
It's 10 groups. The 10 toppers are gonna meet each other in a like a home and away game tie,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and the winners of each goes through then it's gonna be five, obviously, because Africa
Okay.
have five representatives, so those ones are gonna go to the World Cup.
Hmm. Yeah, man. And you guys qualified throughout your group without a loss. Man. You didn't even lose a
Yeah,
game.
yeah, we didn't lose
Hmm.
a game, and we drop only 2 points, so that's very strong. I think only Morocco
Mm-hmm.
has 100% has a better.
Yeah, it's only
Yeah,
yeah, only
Morocco
Morocco.
has won all his games, all their games, and Senegal only draw with Togo away.
Yeah,
So
true.
that's a good outcome of the tournament, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't qualify,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
the the bottom line is to qualify. South Africa can finish first and not qualify. Ghana can finish first and not qualify. And by
mm.
the look of the teams I've seen so far, I think Morocco, Algeria, Senegal, and Cameroon, they stand out.
Mm.
There will be surprises because I feel like Mali has a good team and can surprise a lot of teams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about Congo because I haven't watched Congo a lot. But if they finish top, that means they have a decent team.
Yeah,
So it will be
yeah,
exciting to see. I see Europe. They already did the draws. Which team will meet which team? So it's gonna be
yeah.
exciting to
Europe
see
is
how it's gonna be in Africa.
mm.
Yeah,
Aish, it's gonna be tense for the draw, man. Hey, everyone is gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Everyone's
yeah,
gonna hope that they get the easier opponent because hey, people were already excited, especially in South Africa. People are already excited now, saying, "Hey, we
yeah.
can't wait for the World Cup." Now there's like that kind of doubt that came, after that game,
Yeah.
after that loss to Ghana.
The thing is,
So
these things, the CAF needs to take it seriously and quick
yeah,
because the year goes, the months they go quickly. So
mm-hmm,
if the decision doesn't come out quickly, the draw will be done. And then if Ghana got eliminated, there's nothing South Africa can do about that.
true,
You know. And if the
yeah,
games are played already, that means it's gone. So it's up to Safa to really put pressure and play that game again,
yeah,
or make a decision about it as soon as possible, because the next international weekend, I think, is next year probably. So they will have to
yeah.
find a weekend where South Africa and Ghana will be the two teams battling for it.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
obviously with the AFCON coming in January, so it's
there's no time.
it's now
There's no time.
yeah,
The AFCON is around the
time is
corner.
gone.
The AFCON is
The
around the
time is
corner,
gone.
and
Mm.
yeah, that's how it is gonna be. They need
Uh,
to make a decision as soon as possible and be done with it, so people can go over with it, and they need to make the right decision for my point of view, in my opinion. So
but wouldn't you think that it's like it would be unfair for us to win our appeal in terms of having this game being replayed, whereas if you guys could also raise the same issue about your game back then, you
yeah, we did.
understand where
The Senegal game wasn't. The Senegal didn't get the game. It wasn't replayed, if I remember well.
yeah, you
But
see,
the referee was banned. That's for sure. The
yeah,
referee that ref that game was banned. But that's the problem with CAF. They tend to delay when it comes to these kind of things, and then it becomes too late.
Mm.
So that's one thing they need to be really aware of and deal with the situation quick, you know.
Yeah, no,
So
ish.
so this kind of unfair situation doesn't need to happen over and over, you know.
Mm.
So
Ish,
yeah.
bro. Yeah,
Hopefully,
man.
hopefully, hopefully it will come a decision soon for South Africa to be able to play the game in yeah, and be able to qualify, you know, because I think they overall they played well enough to deserve to qualify.
Mm. Yes.
But bottom line is you for you to qualify you need to go through another phase, you know, which is the playoffs, and I think the playoffs is even harder because
Yeah.
you meet better teams and you meet tougher teams, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like that. It is gonna be challenging, but CAF has to sort it out because that's their job.
Ish. But we'll see because ish, you know how they are, man. Like they're very slow with
They're
any
slow, yeah.
reactions
CAF
to
is very slow,
decision.
my friend.
Yeah.
CAF
Yeah.
is very slow.
Ish. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Ish. Uh, but otherwise, man, like I've been like right now, you know, what since Man United have hired what you call it, Regnick, right?
Yeah, Ragnir.
Reg- Yeah, Regnick was like was very he's good in terms of the behind the scenes type of thing, like
Yeah,
in terms of building, structuring clubs and whatnot, you know.
yeah,
And you know, this brought me back to that what you call it, that conversation that we had with
yeah,
in terms of in terms like footballing structures, like when you look at South Africa, you know, in terms of a lot of clubs in South Africa, you know, how they run behind the scenes, and you know what I'm saying. And you also told me that you know you didn't go for, you didn't take the offer when you were offered to be a manager at a club because you saw how it wasn't run properly. You
yeah,
know how everything was just all over the place.
yeah.
So, man, like, what do you, what's your take on this? Because I know you're a Chelsea fan, anyways, but you know, I'm sure you can feed people a little bit about Breckman because you know he's a German, he's a German Johann Cruyff,
Yeah,
basically, as they like referring to him. So,
yeah.
what's your take on?
No, the thing is, he's a good coach, and he's a guy that, in my view, will stabilize Manchester United.
Yeah,
And in my view, Manchester United needs a coach that can come with their own DNA because
mm,
for 3 years I didn't with Solskjaer. You basically don't know what you're gonna get with Manchester United. They have no
mm,
DNA. You don't know if it's a possession-based team. You don't know if it's a counter-attack team. You know, you
yeah,
can't put a finger on it. So I think what I think is for Manchester United to be where they belong, where they want to be. They need
yeah,
somebody. They need somebody to come with an idea, with a clear idea, and put it on the table and get that club stabilized to
yeah.
stabilize that
Mm,
that club.
no, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, and how's that thing going with you? Like the coaching badges and everything.
No, I'm still busy with it. Because of my job is I haven't got much time to be in it. But
Mm.
I I'm gonna travel in April till August to do a coaching assistant job with Bruce Grobler, Bradley Grobler's
Okay.
father,
Oh, I
and
remember.
that's
Yeah.
that's a very good project which I'm looking forward to it.
Mm,
And
mm, mm.
there will be some legend of the football that's gonna be involved, like Dwight York, Anelka, and Juan Sebastian Veron. All these guys, they're gonna be involved. So it's something I'm looking
Stuff
forward
that.
to. You know,
Mm.
to learn new ideas is also important in this job. So we will see how it goes.
Hey, man. Hey. No, man. It seems like you picking up with this. Soon we'll be seeing you as well in the tracksuits, man, and in the ties and suits.
We'll see. We will see,
Hey,
man. Hopefully things will turn out the way it's planned. You know.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. No, but if you're determined and you have passion for it, man, I mean,
Yeah.
eventually it'll come to
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
that. Hey, bro, but are you prepared for like because I always wanted to ask someone who's like who's doing their badges like the day when you actually like complete your badges and now you're coaching big teams now.
Yeah.
And then you get supporters saying Mame Niang out, starting with the hashtags
Yeah.
when the results are not going.
You, you know that's part of the game, man.
Hey,
If you've been a footballer and supporters were not happy with your performance and stuff like that, they always
yeah,
make it they always make the noise about it. But I think it's the same as coach. You know, there's
yeah.
always pressure when there is no results. Doesn't matter
Hey,
which club you are.
yeah,
So
yeah,
results is very important. So hopefully hopefully I would be ready for that. I think I'm ready for that mentally. So
yeah.
it's now down to me to make sure that I do the right things
Mm,
and I make my team perform. So I don't need to go through that because basically every coach has gone through that.
yeah.
So
True, true. Hey,
so we
and
will
then
see.
like, hmm?
I said we will see how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
But
No,
I'm definitely up for the challenge.
yeah, I'm crossing my fingers for you. I'm
Yeah,
crossing my fingers.
thanks, man.
Like, but what type like what how would you describe yourself as a manager though? Like when like you're in the changing room and it's like your goal or your goal down or two goals down or whatever, and then like now you have to like find a way to win the game. Like how what do you do usually? Like how do you
No,
inspire people?
things is you must calm the nerves because you can't you can't come back from a goal down or a two goal down
Yeah,
when your nerves are not calm. So
yeah.
first of all, you must calm down the nerves and try to find a solution because
Mm-hmm.
when you 2-0 down, that means there's something you did wrong in the first half
Yeah.
that you need to address
Yeah. Huh?
and improve for the second half. You must understand the game is 90 minutes. You can lose the first half and win the second half.
Mm.
It depends how much you win in the second half. I remember Gavin Hunt told us there was a game we played Free State. No, oh, I can't remember, but we were losing 2-0. Cosmos, I think. We were
Yeah.
losing 2-0 first half, and we played so bad. So Cosmos led 2-0, and Gavin came to the dressing room and said, "Calm down." He said, "You play bad. Everybody knows it, but they won the first half 2-0.
Mm.
If we win the first half 2-0, second half 2-0, it's 2-2.
Yeah.
If we win the second half 3-2, we win the game.
Mm.
So it's up to us if we want to change that or if we want to go home with no points." We
Mm.
came out second half flying. We came out, we end up winning the game 3-2. We came out flying because we wanted to score early. Because
Yeah.
one thing you must know when you're losing 2-0 or 1-0, the next goal is
Yeah.
very important.
True.
If the opposition score the next goal, your game is more difficult. If you score the
Ish.
next goal, you are back to the game. And
Mm.
a 2-0 lead, like they said, overall in football, the 2-0 lead is a very scary lead. If either you have it or you don't have it.
Yeah.
Because
No,
2-0,
that's
when they score one, it brings them back to the game. When you score
mm.
one, you get back to the game. So basically, it galvanizes you to get back to level terms.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Ish.
important that you know that when you're losing 2-0, you need a quick reaction,
Yeah.
because
An early
it's
goal
not
is
gonna yeah, it's not
mm,
gonna happen every day that what's happening to Manchester United, that they score last minute goals and stuff. It doesn't happen to every team.
yeah,
But
no, eh.
you can always turn things around by getting the best out of your players.
Yeah,
And I think that's how I will approach my team talk after when I'm down, which is gonna happen.
yeah. And you
Yeah,
said you're gonna model your game more or less like the way Klopp does as well, and Tuchel as well. Is it?
yeah, because I feel like, okay, Pep Guardiola has got, he master everything, the position and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But like right now, he's playing without number 9
Mm,
in his team. I don't think I'm able to play without a number 9. I'm maybe I'm able to play it, but I don't want to play without a number 9, because I feel like every team needs a focal point.
yeah,
Because it's not like you're gonna in the beginning of your career you're gonna have a team like Manchester City with all the quality players they have. It's not gonna happen like that.
mm,
You're gonna go to a team where you have different type of players, less quality maybe.
mm-hmm.
Now
That's the
what are you
thing.
gonna do? What are you gonna do? One thing I
Mm,
know is intensity. Doesn't matter how bad the players are.
mm,
You can always introduce the intensity of the game. That's up
yeah,
to you. That's up to how you train them and how you put them on the pitch and how you put your system into stake.
yeah,
And I feel like when it comes to intensity, is something I can definitely put into my team.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
So the intensity of the game, when you watch the Champions League, for all 4 English teams has qualified for the next round.
Yeah.
What does it tell you? Because
Bro,
because the English game, the intensity of the English game, you don't find it anywhere else.
anywhere else in it. Yeah, it's true.
PSG team has so much quality, but they couldn't last. In the last
They
minute,
couldn't do it.
they couldn't even touch the ball. Doesn't matter if
Yeah.
you have Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi.
Mm,
Those three don't defend. So we can't, like I saw a video of Rio Ferdinand talking about the front three. He said you can have the best front three in the world. If they don't get
yeah.
involved into defensive shape, you can't win a game in the top level. No chance. There
Yeah.
was no chance. You have no
Yeah.
chance.
It's unfortunate because with Pochettino, he plays a very high pressing game. Obviously, he
Yeah,
presses from the front. So
yeah,
now with PSG, this is why I wanted to actually speak to you, because you're gonna go into teams where it's politics. Like they're gonna tell you that these players have to play no matter what. You
mm,
know, you can't
yeah,
change a specific. Just like in PSG, like you can't bench either of Messi, Neymar, or Mbappe. You're gonna have problems with Leonardo because Leonardo is the one that runs the ship. You
yeah.
understand? So
But
now Poch can't play his pressing game. Like you're only gonna get half of Poch's capabilities as a manager now at PSG because those three players don't press. None of them do.
yeah,
You
yeah,
understand? So it was so easy for City
yeah.
in that
Because it's
game to yeah,
the thing. The thing is with PSG, Poch Poch with those three. I even mentioned it on my Instagram thing story. With those three at PSG won't win the Champions League.
yeah,
Mbappe has the intensity to do it, but Messi and Neymar don't have that intensity. They have the quality,
yeah,
but they don't have that intensity.
intensity. Yeah,
And Poch is known about the intensity of his press.
true.
So now when you come to a club where you don't dictate, that's why certain clubs don't hire coaches like Mourinho, coaches like Pep,
Yeah,
because those coaches, they Jurgen Klopp, they decide. They don't let the club decide for them. They decide because they are such a big, they have such a big personality. When they
yeah,
come to club, they are the one dictating, like Alex Ferguson was. Like Arsene Wenger was, like Ancelotti was. These coaches, they have the pedigree to dictate, because you can't just come and tell them, okay, you must play Neo because Neo is our best player. But if Neo doesn't
Mm.
have the legs to run, and you can't
Yeah.
take him out, then that means they're failing you already. So you understand?
Yeah.
So basically, that's how it is. If you're not able to play your game because of certain
I think your mic is off. The mic is off. You muted it. Switch it on again. Yeah. There
yeah
you go.
yeah yeah. So I'm saying, if you're not able to put your game plan because of certain individual in the team, that means you're gonna fail.
Ish. You know what?
And it's a tough
And
it's
it's
a
a
tough decision, but it's a
mm,
decision you're gonna make as a coach.
yeah.
It's just how it is.
Ish. So that's the problem. I think somewhat it's present at Chiefs. If you look at
Yeah,
Chiefs,
yeah,
I think they have the exact same problem whereas certain players need to play no matter what. Like it's politics. You
yeah,
understand? And that's why I feel like managers when they go there, like right now they call it the graveyard job now. It's a graveyard job because
yeah. But if
managers
yeah,
that go there now, like you your chances of being successful are very almost non-existent. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, Bobby is the one who chooses who plays and who doesn't play. Certain players can't, despite playing badly, they can't play. I mean, they will
yeah,
play despite playing badly. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So, eh, I don't know. Like,
But the,
if I was
but
to do
the,
my coaching badges, I don't think I'd
mm.
walk into a team like that
But you
because
see,
you're
that's
only
why
gonna,
that's why Gavin didn't last there, because Gavin is a
yeah,
coach that wanna dictate. And I would think Stuart Baxter is that kind of coach.
yeah,
At least the way I know him. But some certain decisions you can't fault the coach if the club decided otherwise.
yeah.
But that's why when last did the Chiefs win the league?
Mm, so
Long time ago.
I don't even
Because
want to mention it. It's bad, man.
if
It's bad.
if you were to get involved, if you were to get involved as a owner into how
Mm,
the team must play, or who must play in the team,
mm,
that means you get it wrong already.
yeah.
So it's important to bring a coach and trust his project, and let him do his job.
Hmm.
You know, certain coaches need time, others don't. There are coaches that
Yeah.
don't need time. There are coaches that will get the team running right away.
Mm,
But other
mm.
coaches take time because they want to implement something that's
Different,
that's that's
completely
the.
different. Yeah,
Yeah. So that's how I see it. Is like, as an owner, you can't get involved too much. You can get
yeah.
involved in a lot of things, but when it comes to what's going on in the pitch, let the
You
coach do it.
shouldn't be involved. Yeah,
No, let the coach do it.
yeah. Just get sport like people with the knowledge of the sport to
Yeah,
handle those kind of decisions. Whereas you,
that's
as an owner, you handle the business side of this of the club. But then
yeah,
pitch politics should not be confused with the business side, and I think that's where clubs clubs that have like I would say they've been trying to be successful, but they just couldn't go over that last hurdle. Like I
yeah.
feel like that's what they missed. Like your PSG, for example, um, Manchester United just realized it now. That's why they got Ragnick in, and then
Yeah,
and you understand. And now Kaiser Chiefs is the same problem now. If they
yeah,
eradicate that problem, they become a club again. Because right now it's just a business. It's a family business, man.
yeah.
Like
They
you
that's how
understand?
it is. They see it as a family business.
Yeah.
The reason why Sundowns has been winning over the past
Mm.
years because there is no team challenging them.
Yeah.
They pretend they're challenging them. It's like when you see Stellenbosch is second on the table. Stellenbosch, a city with how many people? I mean,
Yeah.
Stellenbosch is a
Come on.
small club compared to Chiefs,
Come on.
Pirates. You know,
Yeah.
Stellenbosch will never challenge Sundowns for the title. Stellenbosch, they just want to be there to be in the top 8 or not get relegated, kind of things.
Mm. Mm.
But but the teams that can challenge Sundowns is Cape Town City, Pirates, Chiefs, SuperSport. Finish.
Yeah.
Maybe Amazulu because they have Benny. But beside those teams, I don't see any other team that can challenge Sundowns. And to
And
challenge Sundowns, you need to be able to beat Sundowns. You need to be able to beat the small teams home and away.
as well. Yeah,
You know,
because
you need to
Sundowns
be
always win. Yeah, consistently they win games.
yeah, you need to be able to win home and away with the small teams, and you need to be able to compete with Sundowns. You don't need to beat Sundowns always, but
Yeah.
you can compete. Don't lose against Sundowns. Play a draw. Try to win home, something like that. For
Yeah.
you to for you to be successful, you need to do it the way Sundowns does it because they have everything is in place. The Motsepe doesn't get involved in the team at all.
Mm.
He hired people that are professional enough, do their job, and they buy the players they want that fits into the team, and every player they sign almost comes and delivers. Almost. Is it not the Sundowns that 5, 10 years ago, where they sign players, expensive players, they don't use them.
Yeah.
This Sundowns is completely different. Almost every player they sign played a role.
Mm.
When last did you see Sundowns play a season without a trophy? When last?
Yo,
That
like
must be maybe 8, 10 years. The last years they if they didn't win the league, which hasn't happened in the 7 years or 6 years. If they don't win the league,
mm.
they win the Nedbank Cup.
Yeah, always.
That's how you recognize a great club. A
Yeah.
great club needs to be able to win a silverware every season. You
Yeah.
know, so that's just the problem. Like we said the last time, there's too many people involved into the game that don't know the game, that don't understand the game.
Yeah.
You find musicians, you find musicians in the sport business, like running a club. I'm like, really? What can they do? They're not going. They're just making the players dance there in the dressing room. Nothing else. Oh man. Oh. How
Hey,
many food?
bro.
How many? How, I've seen recently that Tapelo Liao got the Motsepe ABC team as a coach. Innocent Mayoyo is getting ABC teams. These are people that
Ah,
that invested in the game, that were top players. They
yeah.
can't even get a Ubusliga team. They're getting Motsepe team. Like while other teams has like assistant that never play football, that don't know
This is the
nothing about football.
yeah.
I'm like,
Mm.
no, I don't get it. I
I
do
know,
not get
man.
it.
It's politics, my guy. You know how it is, man.
But that's why sometimes it happened that karma hits the national team.
Yeah.
These small
Yeah.
things affects the national team.
National team
South
eventually.
Africa
Yeah.
South Africa hasn't qualified in a big major for a while. When last did you guys play the World Cup?
Oh, 2010, man.
2010, and that we were the host.
Yeah,
So
and we only qualify because we're the host. We're not qualifying.
yeah,
We're not gonna
yeah,
qualify if we win.
that's
You see what
that's
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying. That's what I'm saying. It's difficult. It's not easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that's how it is. Until they learn that what they're doing is not the right thing, it's gonna be like this.
Mm.
Up and down, frustration from the population, and you know when you
Yeah,
have
man.
a
It's a mess.
when you have a coach. I think the recent coach they have now is a top coach, but
Yeah.
but is not going to do it if the clubs keep on behaving like that. It's not going to work.
Yeah,
It's
eventually
just
it's gonna affect his work as well.
it is going to
Yeah.
affect the way it is.
Mm. Ish.
Yeah,
Nah, man, it's a pandemic, man, on its own.
it is.
Unfortunately,
It is.
yeah,
It is. It's a challenging issue
yeah.
that needs to be raised.
Mm,
But
mm.
let's hope in the future they will understand what's the task is.
Yeah, I mean, if
Because
Mutsepe can realize it, I mean, these guys should be able to realize it sooner or later.
yeah,
If
definitely.
Mutsepe could
If
realize it with Sundowns, you understand, because they also
he
should
has
eventually like,
he
yeah,
has a big role. He has a big role to play in it because now he's involved with the big guns of Africa. He should be able
yeah,
to change the way because he's been appointed. He must change things in his own country. You know,
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
that's been there, they try to 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 make their country better. You know,
Mm, mm,
so
100%.
yeah,
But hey, man, we'll see. But at least your old club, Solo as well, is slowly coming back into the fray as well.
yeah. I see they're struggling also.
Mm,
But if they've been having the same people for a long time, also they need some fresh blood there in that team. Fresh blood
yeah.
that run the club
Mm,
because they've been having the same people since I was there, and that's like many years ago.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, they did. It needs. You guys need some new blood in there. Like,
yeah, definitely.
we- like every time, like clubs, people don't realize it, but football clubs, if you wanna progress or you wanna consistently stay consistent,
Yeah,
you need to always look for better. You
yeah,
understand? You need to always look for someone who's always better than the next person.
and you
In
find
in
if
in
you
in,
find
in who's gonna bring new ideas? Yeah,
mm, and if you find people that you know will stabilize the team,
yeah,
that you try to keep those teams into those people in the team. That's how it is.
yeah,
You know, it's like making a good team, a top team. Once you have the core of the team right, a, a, a good goalkeeper is very important. One one
mm,
top class center back, one good midfielder, and one striker. Those four positions, if you get them right,
yeah,
you have you the surrounding must can be all right. You know,
mm,
you will
mm,
have a good team. You will definitely have a good team.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
because I feel a lot of people neglect the midfield. If you look at a lot of teams, like they neglect the midfield, and it's the most one of the most important parts
yeah,
in
it's
your.
important.
You
You
don't
can't
have a
you can't
midfield,
you can't dominate it. You can't dominate a football game without a good midfield. There is no chance.
midfield. Yeah.
There is no
Mm.
chance. Yeah,
Eh,
there is no chance.
but we'll see, man. But
Yeah,
I'm sure it's been a long day, man. I see you're very, very tired, man. And
mm,
you've been babysitting as well, there.
yeah, man.
Mm.
Yeah,
No,
man.
man.
But
Yeah,
we'll make another one. No problem.
definitely, man.
Yeah,
But
man.
otherwise, man, thanks again for sharing your expertise and knowledge, man.
No
And
problem.
yeah, man, we've pretty much covered ground today. And yeah, man, have
No
a
problem.
one lovely evening, man. And hopefully, looking forward for the third episode podcast.
Yeah, man. No problem. Thanks, man. You too. Have a nice weekend also.
All right, you too, man. Enjoy, man.
Cheers. Chop chop.
Yeah. That was Mama Niang of our podcast episode 2, Uncensored, where we were just spilling the truth, nothing but the truth. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward for the third episode. This was the second official one. And I'll be gone just now, but then I'll be back just about now. I have a preview show with a Chelsea fan. We're doing a preview show for Manchester United versus Chelsea in about 30 minutes, 45 minutes time. And at about 9:30, I'll be doing a preview show with a Chelsea fan, and we'll be dissecting all the news going into this weekend, including the Rangnick appointment as interim manager at Manchester United, and as well as the game. We'll be covering the game and tactics, different tactics Chelsea will play, different tactics Manchester United might play. And yeah, man, I hope to see you guys in about 45 minutes time, and I hope you enjoyed the podcast, man. We'll check you out just now.
Earl, have you ever lost your mind? Have you ever lost your mind?